second, awesome person, definitely one of the best hosts
She's
in the
the best.
exactly. And we are so lucky to have her. Hello, Frederick. How are
What's going on, Miss Tony? How's California treating you?
California is treating me just great, fabulous, remarkable, amazing, better than amazing. Okay, I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Deidre, for getting us on this call and hosting it. Definitely all it's good times. She always put us on the call the right way, hosting everybody from around the world on this call. So always a great job on that, Deidre. Tony, I know that you got some excellent training that you're going to give the whole entire organization that is on this line. I just looked through the slides myself, and I'm absolutely excited behind what we've been able to see with this training. Hopefully, you guys are taking advantage of it. But naturally, it's one of those things where I tell you guys all the time, no matter what we train you guys on and what we get you guys in a position to do, it only matters if you do it. So naturally, this training is going to be something that's going to help you guys get your recipe together for success, so that you can get to the a different level in the company and prosper with the business. But naturally, like I said before, all this training that we give you guys midway through the training of the 12-week course that we're giving you guys so far, it only matters if you guys take advantage of it and do something with it. So Tony, naturally, I'm gonna turn it over to you so you can kick off the training for the day. And you guys better take notes and get in the right position, because I know this is helping out the people that are ranking up and doing their due. So, Tony, go ahead, take it away.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you. You guys, let me just piggyback a little bit on what he's saying, because this 12-week series has been phenomenal. And not because of anything special Fred and I are doing, but because of what you guys are doing. I see so many people embracing the 12-week series. And I've had so many inboxes and emails, and this is the first time we're actually doing this 12-week series. So you guys are kind of like our special little guinea pigs, okay? So we are adjusting accordingly with what you need for training, okay? So I know people are in my inbox, they're doing their homework. I've seen people ranking up. I've had tearful conversations with those who are actually doing their homework and becoming successful with all the things that they're learning and actually implementing into their daily lives. So I want to just give kudos out to all of you guys who are out there making it happen and using the tools. Now, what I want you guys to honestly understand is that we're not, like, we didn't sit here and make up some special potion. We're basically just giving you guys what's already there in a way that I guess you are digesting it. Okay, so super cool to see how this recipe is turning into a meal of success. So really love that. We're going to go ahead and get started with week 6, and we're going to talk about sacrifice. Okay, now super cool, because sacrifice is the main ingredient for success. Okay, period, hands down. It's kind of like making beef stew with no beef, right? You got to have the beef. Where's the beef? Where is the sacrifice? And there's a different feeling when you accomplish a goal and you sacrifice something to get it. That's where the tears come from. That's where the lessons come from. That's where all of the, the blood and sweat and everything else comes from. It comes from the sacrifice. You have to think about, what are you giving up in order to achieve the goal that you guys want? We all have our levels of sacrifice that we're, comfortable with getting. So really important. This lesson is super important. This recipe will provide you the ingredients for a meal that will feed you for a lifetime. You can take this information outside of evolution, use it in your family, use it in your church, use it with your kids, your 9 to 5, whatever. But having that sacrifice gives you the foundation for what you're going to use. That's like the base, right? The base for your gumbo. You got to have the sacrifice, or it just isn't going to taste as good when it's ready. So Fred and I want to give you guys all of the ingredients, and sacrifice is the main one, okay? You look on this next slide, it tells you, if you don't want to sacrifice for what you want becomes your sacrifice, period, hands down. That's what it is. If you don't want to sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. You guys understand what this means? It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice my sleep. I'm going to get up every morning. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to lose some weight, right? That's going to be my sacrifice because this is what I want. But if I don't, what I want becomes a sacrifice. Okay, no, I want my sleep. I'm not going to sacrifice my sleep. I'm going to keep my sleep. So that sexy, beautiful body that I wanted becomes what I'm sacrificing now. Now I don't have it. You guys get it? You got to sacrifice to get what you want, or what you want becomes a sacrifice. You got to study for that test, right? You're going to sacrifice. You're not going to go to the movies with your friends. You're not going to go to the park. You're not going to do anything. You are going to study for that test. You're going to sacrifice your time and study for that test because you want an A. Or you say, you know what, I'm not sacrificing my time. I'm going to the movies. I'm going to the club. I'm going out. And guess what? I'm going to sacrifice that A because now I'm not going to get it. It's the same with your, it's the same with your back offices. It's the same with your customers. It's the same with your clients and your agents and your teams, right? I'm going to sacrifice some time. I'm going to hop on that 6 o'clock call every single Tuesday. I'm going to sacrifice the music that I'm listening to in the car so I can listen to Tony and Fred and get some nuggets so that I can maybe start booking more travel, or I can figure out some of the ways to overcome my obstacles so that I can have more agents. So I'm going to sacrifice, my music on the way home from work. And instead, I'm going to listen to Tony and Fred. Or no, I want to listen to my music. Those are my jams. I had a hard day today. I got to have my music. Tony and Fred can wait. I'll sacrifice that $1,000 in commission I could have made if I would have listened to that training. I'll sacrifice all of the nuggets that I'll get with, how to build a team. Instead, I want to listen to my music. So you have to understand, if you don't want to sacrifice for what you want becomes your sacrifice. That's something that you guys have to really understand as you are moving forward with your travel business. Everything that you do bears a choice, okay? We all have choices that we can make. A lot of times people say, and I hate when I hear people say this, I don't have a choice. Oh yes, you have a choice, okay? Very few things make us not be able to choose. As adults, as free people in the free world, we have choices. Now, I'm not telling you that the choices you make are going to be easy choices. It might be something really hard you have to sacrifice, but it's a choice nonetheless, okay? And making those choices will be the determining factors of what your goals or what, your outcome is going to be. So super cool, you guys. So let's look at the next slide as we talk about our recipe, okay? Now here's the thing. A lot of people know already what they want, okay? They haven't received what they want yet, but they know what they want, and they have, a good mind of how they think they're going to get it. But until you have successfully made the meal, you cannot change the recipe. Period, point blank. That's it. That's all. How many people do we have on here today? Let me see. We have about 270 people on here right now. People are still joining. But out of the 270 people on here right now, there's only a handful of platinum on the line, right? Uh-oh. Somebody needs Crystal. Crystal, could you mute your phone for us? Thank you. So out of the 272 people we have on here, and people are still joining by the second, there are only a handful of people on here who are platinums, right? There are only a handful of people on here who have their IATAN card, right? So listen, those people can tell you the recipe to get that IATAN card. Those people can tell you the recipe to get to platinum because they've successfully gotten there. So now if you haven't gotten there yet, and somebody's giving you a clear-cut, concise recipe, it would make sense for you to follow that recipe so that you can get the outcome that you want. Musetta, could you, thank you. To get, you guys, make sure you mute all your lines, okay? So that you can get the outcome that you want. Now, the sacrifice might not be the same, but the outcome will. For those of you who want to be gold, how many people on the line right now? What is going on with these people unmuting their call? For those of you who are on the line right now, how many of you guys want to be executive, want to be bronze, want to be silver, want to be gold? Hop in the chat box. Let me know if you want to rank up. How many of you want to book your first cruise? How many of you want to book a cruise that's going to give you a commission check? How many of you want to get your IATAN card? How many of you out there have something that you want? There's something on the menu of this business that you want. You're looking at the menu and you're like, I want this. I want this. Tell me what you want. What do you want? I want to be bronze. I want to be gold. I want to be silver. I want to be platinum. Don't tell me you want to be platinum and you're not even executive, okay? I want you to tell me exactly. That's like walking into a restaurant and saying, I want the $1,000 plate, but you only have $20 in your pocket. Let's order the meal that you can actually afford right now. Tell me what you want, what you can eat right now. What do you want? That's what you guys need to understand. What do you want? I said, oh my goodness, everybody, okay. Here we go. I want to book fabulous trips. I want gold. I want executive. I want to book my first cruise. Absolutely. These things are fabulous because you have to know what you want to order before they can take your order and bring you back what you need. Fred nor I can tell you what you want off of that menu. It's kind of like going to a restaurant. Have you ever gone to a restaurant with somebody and they're like, well, what do you want to order? I don't know. What do you want to order? I'm not sure. Well, you're not going to order for somebody else, right? When you go to a restaurant, you're going to order for yourself and the other person is going to order for themselves because honestly, only we know what we have a taste for. So the same thing goes in our business. When we're talking about making a meal, when we're talking about success, only you know what your definition of success is. I can't tell you you need to be 1-star, double platinum in this because you might not even want that. That's like giving somebody a big old steak, right? Steak is wonderful. Steak is good. Steak is juicy. I love steak. But to a pescatarian, it's like, I don't even eat steak. I want fish. Or to a vegetarian, I don't want any meat. That's just disrespectful to me. Don't give me that, right? Even though we might think it's the best thing possible on the menu, it might not be what the other person wants to order. And that's important when you're sitting down with your business partners, with your accountability partner, whoever, you need to know what they want. So now that you know what you want, you know what you want to order off the menu, you know what the recipe for what you need is going to be. And that's really important. And that's what Fred and I are teaching you guys in this 12-week series, is to figure out what your recipe is so that you can, eat the meal that's going to be appetizing to you. And this is really important because now here it says warning. There's a warning on here. Warning, warning, warning. Your bowl of sacrifice will taste different. Spelled completely wrong. Okay, you guys know I have typos everywhere, and that's okay because I'm human and I can't see. But it says your bowl of sacrifice will taste different, but the final meal will be the same. Period. Okay, so let's say 2 of you want to get to gold. Okay, 2 people said gold on here, so cool. 2 people want to get to gold. One person is going to have to sacrifice something different than the other, but they're both going to end up at gold, right? For one person, the sacrifice might be the time. I got to give up more time. I'm going to have to, organize some things over here, put some things in order. Well, for the other person, their sacrifice might be sleep. They might like taking naps every day. Maybe I'm going to have to sacrifice my daily nap in order for me to get what I need. So the sacrifice might be different for everybody, but at the end of the day, the goal is still the same. They both want gold, okay? So the recipe and the sacrifice might be different, but the outcome is going to be the same. And as long as you have the same fundamentals, it's going to be the same meal, right? What do you guys need? What do you need? You need consistency, right? You need determination, right? You need urgency. I tell people all the time, urgency is what you always need. For those of you, urgency is on both sides of the fence, period. If you are a booker, if you are a builder, urgency is key. Let me tell you why. If you are booking travel and someone asks you for a quote and you take a week and a half, 2 weeks, a month to get back to that person, guess who doesn't have a client anymore? You don't. Urgency is what you need to get where you want to go, okay? You need to get back to that person right away. Urgency is a key ingredient when you are trying to get to your destination. Your son has to go to school. You have the GPS on in the car. School starts at 8 o'clock. can you just drive 5 miles an hour and take the scenic route to get there? He's going to be late. He's going to miss all the good stuff. You got to get him to school as fast as possible. The same thing with this business. You want to get to your destination as fast as possible. Although one person might be driving a Ferrari and the other one might be driving a Pinto. Do they still make those? I don't know. But no matter what your vehicle, you have to go as fast as you're comfortable going. You don't want to go slow on purpose, okay? Which means you don't want to put procrastination in your gas tank. You want to make sure you are fueled up and ready to go at your speed with no procrastination in there, okay? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys put that in the chat box? No procrastination. Procrastination cannot be anywhere in this ingredients at all. Have you guys ever made a meal, put in some of the ingredients, waited a day, put in the rest of the ingredients and expected the meal to come out okay? It's not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. Those pancakes aren't going to cook right if you put the eggs in today and the milk in tomorrow. You need to go ahead and put in all the ingredients at once to have a successful meal. And that's the same thing with your business. You can't have urgency, but then you don't have the tools, you know? You can't have consistency, but you don't have anything to be consistent with, right? Everything goes together. So consistency, urgency, determination, all the stuff you need is going to get you where you need to be. Okay, are you guys following me? Are you getting this? Do you understand? Trust the process and then apply all the ingredients, okay? And apply them with speed. So definitely urgency is key when you are working on the booking side of your business, because you need to get back to your clients as fast as possible. It's also very important because if you are trying to book a cruise or a trip or whatever, you know how these things happen. Prices change all the time. So if you wait until next week, you find a really good price. Oh my goodness, it's the best price it's been all year. The flights are low. They have this one room available, and then you wait 3 or 4 days to tell your customer about this quote, right? When they say, oh my goodness, this is the best quote I've ever seen in my life. Guess what happens when you go back to book it for them? It's no longer there. It's not even an option. Can't do it. So urgency is key when you are doing this, okay? So make sure you do that, even on the building side. If you're a builder and you're trying to build a team, right? You're trying to get to gold. I tell people trying to get to gold all the time. You cannot crawl to gold. You have to run. You have to skip. You have to jump. You have to hop in a Uber and get there as fast as possible, because gold is something that loves speed, okay? Alicia Smith, please mute yourself. Thank you, darling. That loves speed, right? So if you are building, okay, let me tell you, true story. Let's say you're building and you got your 15 directs, because you have to have 15 directs to get to gold, right? And you're building and you're building and you're like, oh, well, my people are kind of building their silvers. I'll just wait. And then all of a sudden your people start building, they want to start building, and then your directs start falling off. It's like, okay, if I would have did this when I had my 15 directs, then I could have kept going. But people will fall off as you build up. They're gonna fall. It's kind of like the building blocks and little, like you're playing Jenga. You're playing Jenga and you're building up high, and in the middle, some little crazy person is taking all the blocks off the bottom. It's like, oh my goodness. But if you build fast, those blocks off the bottom won't matter, right? So make sure if you're building or if you're booking, you have a sense of urgency in every single thing you do, because then the recipe will come out nice. It'll be faster. You'll be happy. It'll be time for you to make a whole nother recipe with that, okay? So this next slide is showing us about a can of sacrifice, okay? This can of sacrifice, you guys, signifies what you are going to have to put in your mixture. What is your sacrifice? Now, the items may vary, like it says on the can, right? But what is in your can of sacrifice? You guys tell me. What's in your can of sacrifice? Hop in the chat box. What's in the chat box? Sleep. Somebody else said chat box. What's in your can? So what's in your can of sacrifice? What are you giving up? Think about it really hard. Let's take a second and think, okay, what do I need to sacrifice right now in order for me to get to the next level? What do I have to sacrifice in order for me to make sure I do my quotes for my customers and I get them back in a timely fashion? What do I have to sacrifice in order for me to talk to my people before they turn red, right? Because that's what happens. Am I right or am I right? You sign somebody up, you get them in the business, and then next thing you know, a month has passed by because time flies, right? Time flies so fast. And then you look and they're red and you're like, oh my God, I can't call them and ask them anything because I'm embarrassed that I never called them when they were black. So now I can't call them when they're red. Oh my goodness. What are you going to sacrifice to stay on top of helping your people? You have to really think about what your personal sacrifice is going to be. Amelia, could you please mute your line? Thank you, darling. But think about your personal sacrifice and what that's going to be for you, because that is important to know what your sacrifice is going to be. Once you come to that conclusion, once you know what you can put in that can, you know how to get to that next part of the recipe. But you have to know, you have to come to terms with yourself about what your sacrifice is going to be. Because everybody, you know, they'll say, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna wake up an hour early, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna look in the, get all my quotes, and I'm gonna send out my emails, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna wake up an hour early. Instead of 6 o'clock, I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock comes, and what happens? Oh my goodness, that pillow feels so good. That bed feels so good. Oh, that dream just wasn't over yet, right? The person next to you is a little bit warmer than you thought they was gonna be, and you just want to cuddle up a little bit closer to them until you have to wake up. What are you going to sacrifice? And you have to be real about your sacrifice if you want to be real about achieving your goals. By any means necessary, I'm going to do it. I don't care how good this bed feels. I don't care how good, you know, this pillow feels. I don't care how good the person next to me feels. I'm going to get myself up. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to make it happen. I can sleep a little bit longer after I get to my goal. Right? So you have to really put that can of sacrifice in that soup. Make sure you really stir it up, get in there really good, and stop making excuses to yourself. Okay? So super cool. So what is your sacrifice? What is in your can of sacrifice? Super interesting that you have to understand that, because what you really need to understand too is, you know, as you can see on this next slide, is that you need to understand, are you eating alone? Think about it, you guys. Are you breaking bread with the same people that you're making bread with? Are you? Do the people that you spend the most time with, do they understand your business? Do they understand your level of sacrifice? Do they respect it? Or do they try to pull you away? Think about it. What is your circumstances right now? What is your situation, right? What exactly do you have to do to make sure you can break bread with the ones you're making bread with? Okay? Even if it's your team. My family finally, after 5 years, you guys, 5 years, #1 female income earner in the business. And after 5 years, finally, they're like, oh, let's go to dinner. At your 6 o'clock call. Everybody wants to just show their little voices today and unmute their phones. But make sure, you guys, people really understand your business. You know, it's okay that you talk about your business and you have a good time with it. They know that you're serious about it. It's not just this little hobby. It's something that you're actually doing. Super cool, because after 5 years and now they're embracing it. My mom just retired last Friday, okay? And after retiring last Friday, she's like, okay, I'm ready. I want to go on a cruise. I want to go here. I want to do this. I want to go to Alaska. I'm like, okay, perfect. You've been paying. You've been an Evolution travel agent all this time. Now you can start doing your training and doing all that stuff, right? So she's like, oh, I had no idea. But the fact that I've sacrificed so much, they understand how important it is to me. So when it was time for her to, you know, change careers or whatever, she came directly to me to do what I was doing. So super cool. Make sure they understand, you know, what's on your table, what, you know, what's on your menu, what you're doing, what you want. Because when people find out exactly what's on your menu, they'll kind of figure out a way to make sure you eat the way you want to. You guys, if you're following me, okay? Now, that's, understand if that's a part of your sacrifice, because that's really important, to make sure you have all of that and every single thing you need. So, are you eating alone? Who are you eating with? Are you spending time with people who are, have the same mindset as you? Do you have people in your area? If not, are you Zooming with them? Are you talking to them? Are you refueling them? Eating doesn't have to mean food, you guys. Eating could just also mean filling your soul, filling what you need, getting what you need out of your business, okay? If you can see in the next slide, it talks about, and it shows you, this big bowl of sacrifice, because sacrifice is a key ingredient. Now, a lot of people have their own reasons why they're doing this business, right? And I always say, don't let your why turn into your why not. And let me explain that. Don't let your why turn into your why not. Okay, so let me see. Somebody tell me why they're doing this business. Why are you doing this business? What are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, well, I'm doing my business because I want my son to be free of any kind of boundaries he'd have to have as far as his mom's going to work. I want to be able to go to his games. I want to be able to give him what he needs. I want him to be able to travel and all that stuff, right? So that's my why. My why is to make sure my son lives a certain lifestyle, right? So that would be my why. Making my why not would be, okay, I know we have a meeting tomorrow, but I can't go because I'm going to my son's game. So my why was, I want to do this business so I'm able to go to my son's games. Okay, well, I can't go to the meeting because I want to go to my son. I got to go to my son's game. Your why just became your why not, right? So don't let your why become your why not. If it's, you're doing this business because of your child, don't let your child then become your reason why you can't do the business. A lot of times it'll shift and you'll have to figure out a way to manage your time so that you can do everything that you need to do. Okay, so let's make sure we're not making our why not. Have you guys ever experienced that, where you've made your why not? Anybody, everybody, all the bodies on the phone, anybody here? It's really hard sometimes when you're trying to first start your business and you're juggling, life and your new business and your job and all that stuff. And a lot of times you're like, okay, which direction do I go in? Which is really good to have these type of trainings, because at that point, you're able to then grasp onto some. Look, there are 300 people on here, okay? There are 300 people on the line right now. Now, out of these 300 people, there should be somebody on here that you can call, you can inbox, you can email, right? Week 1 homework was to find an accountability partner, somebody that you can lean on and be there to help push you when you can't do it yourself, because that happens. I can't tell you where I'd be if I didn't have Frederick Howe, period. I just don't even know. He has been my rock since before day 1. So you have to have somebody when you can't do it yourself, they're able to be that foundation for you so that you don't fall all the way down. So make sure you are, getting with somebody that can help you to get to that next level at all means, by any means necessary, at all costs, okay? So you want to always know where you're going, right? What you're doing, who you're doing it with, why you're doing it, and how you're going to do it. If you get those tools, if you guys really focus and figure out, okay, this is what I need to do, this is how I'm going to do it, I promise, when it's all said and done, you'll have that meal that you want. You'll have that goal. It'll be reached. It'll be there. But you have to make sure you're actually putting in all the ingredients, which means you have to apply everything that you're learning. Those ingredients to your goal are your homework assignments. Those ingredients to your goal are the Zoominars that we have. Those ingredients to your goal, is participating in the different things that we're doing with the company. How many of you guys are going to regionals? The regional event is this Saturday. If you are in driving distance of any regional out there, you should be there. Get some more fuel for your vehicle so that you can drive yourself to your destination, whatever it might be. I don't care if you're a booker, if you're a builder, if you're just here for the social aspect of it. Whatever the reason is, get there and get the information that you need so that you can get what you want out of your business. Okay. I saw some questions on here. Okay, somebody says it's a 9-hour drive to Dallas, but I will be there. That's what you call determination. That's what you call sacrifice. With that type of sacrifice, that type of determination, you're destined to get to your destination and your goal. 1,000%. When I first got started, you guys, I was the only person in California in the travel, period. It was just me. They used to call me an island by myself. If anything happened, I would go there. I would drive there. I would do anything I could to participate in what they had because I really wanted to know what was going on. They had like a regional event or whatever in Las Vegas. And I was like, no, there was nobody could tell me anything. If I was going to go, I was going to be there, period, hands down, because I understand sacrifice and I know that I have to give of myself, of my time, of my money, to get, the desired outcome. And that's another thing, you guys, you have to understand too, that nothing good comes easy, right? And it costs money to make money, period. You remember those two things, you'll be okay. Nothing good comes easy and it costs money to make money. How many of you have business cards? Does everybody on here have a business card for their business? Does everybody have a business card? How many of you advertise your business on social media? Put your business card out there. How many of you use your business card for everything? Today, the lady, she was at Jamba Juice. And I was like, I have my business cards, and my business cards say $299, ask for current promo, period. It doesn't say $30 anywhere on my card at all. It says travel agents needed, $299, ask for promo. I give them the card. It's like a postcard. They see all the stuff that's listed on the card and their eyes are like, oh my goodness, this is so good. And it's only $299. And I said, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to tell you. The promo right now is 90% off. It's only $30. If their eyeballs could pop out of their heads and land on the counter, I promise that's what would have happened. Okay? 4 times in a row this happened. 4 times, because when they see $299 and they understand the value, they're like, oh my goodness. And I'm getting it on sale for $30. It's a no-brainer. It's hands down. It's over. Because honestly, you guys, that's what it is. So make sure you understand and you learn how to market your business in a way so you're not trying to sell a $30 business, because this is not by any means a $30 business at all. Even $299 is a steal for what we get as a travel agent. The guy who I was speaking with before, he said he had done some research and he found a business, right, that was kind of like ours. We had more options and we had more connections, but it was going to cost him $10,000 to do with this other company what he's able to do with us for $30. Okay, so you really have to know what you have, and if you do homework 1, 2, 3, and 4, you will find what you have. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Let's go to the next slide. Let's talk about our homework, because we have homework for week 6 and we have a midterm, and next week we're going to have the founder. Okay, I'm looking on the screen like, why isn't it changing? It's because it's not on the screen. So we're going to have the founder on our call next week. Now here's the thing. On Sunday, okay, Sunday, you guys are going to have to probably sacrifice something, because on Sunday, I will be training on the company call. Now, here's the thing. We are going to have bingo. Remember I promised you guys bingo? We are having bingo, but it's going to be company-wide bingo, and I want everybody in the 12-week program to participate. You have to be on the call on Sunday to play. You have to. Here's the thing. Ron Archer promised, guess what, you guys? I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen. If you're listening, I want you to put this in the chat box. $10,000 is what he's allocated for bingo prizes, okay? $10,000, okay? Are you guys listening to me? $10,000 in bingo prizes. I haven't decided how I'm going to split them up yet, but I have decided this. If you are not on the Sunday call, Guess who can't play? You can't. So make sure you are on that call, okay? Fred and I have something super cool for you guys. And everybody who participates in our 12-week program, every single week, Fred and I are putting the names for the registered people in a raffle, and one person from every single week is going to win a prize. I'm not going to tell you the prize. I'm going to let Mr. McCovey announce the prizes next Tuesday when he comes out. So in order to win your prize next Tuesday, guess where you have to be? You have to be on this call. If you are not on the call and David McCovey calls your name, we're just going to go to the runner-up. Okay, so you got to be there to win, period. Point blank, that's what it is. If you have to go to work, guess who should be hiding in the bathroom or the closet at their job? You should. If you have to do anything from 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday, you should be here with me and Fred, because all of the winners will be announced for weeks 1 through 6. Now, for week 5.
What's wrong with that bitch?
Oh, Lord. For week 5, this is what we're doing. If you look at your homework sheet on the screen right now, it says on here, item number 4 is homework, right? So item number 4 on homework says complete your practice exam. So this is how you're going to register for week 5 with this practice exam. So your practice exam is actually going to be how you get into the raffle for week 5. So make sure you guys, like Deidre said in the beginning, make sure you are registering every single week. Number 1, that registration is what puts you in the raffle. We have over 1,200 people registered for this training. 1,200, 1,200 people, over 1,200 people have registered for the 12-week training. However, everybody hasn't done each week. So make sure you've registered for week 1, for week 2, for week 3, for week 4. Here you go. Homework number 4 shows you how to register for week 5. Okay. So make sure you guys have all of that stuff. Somebody says, what time on Sunday? It will be on the company call, our Sunday call. You guys remember? Homework, I think it was homework week 2. You were supposed to put all those calls inside of your alarm. Okay, so the Sunday call is at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. All that information you can find on your homework. So make sure you look at your homework and you get that information. Okay, super excited because somebody's gonna win something big. And if we get a certain amount of people on the call, then we'll have a special prize. So if we get 1,000 people on the call on Sunday, we're gonna have a super special prize. So make sure you guys are there to play. Now, how many of you guys understand sacrifice? Do you understand sacrifice at this point? Do you know what you have to sacrifice? Do you know what you need to sacrifice? Do you know what you're going to sacrifice? How many people are ready to sacrifice? Are you ready to make that sacrifice to get to the next level? How many people are ready to make that sacrifice? If you're ready, I want you guys to get on your social media, get on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and say, I am ready to make that sacrifice. Whatever you have to do, put anything special. Just make sure the word sacrifice is there and put something in there about your sacrifice. I am ready to sacrifice to get to my goal. I am giving the sacrifice. I am the sacrifice. Whatever. Put it on there and make sure your people see it. You're sacrificing for what? What are you doing? Why are you sacrificing? Sacrifice is a huge word, you guys. When you think of sacrifice, people think of laying down their life, right? When I Googled sacrifice, all I saw was a bunch of animals and blood and all kind of other stuff. And I'm like, this is not what I want to tell them to do. I don't want to tell them to do this. I want them to sacrifice something that's, that's going to get them to the next level. So those were not the right images, okay? But when you think of sacrifice, that's what you think of, because sacrifice is very it's important. It's the main ingredient to success. If you have not sacrificed, I promise you will not feel the success. You might make it, but you're not gonna feel it, okay? So super cool to be able to do that. Oh shoot, I think I have to go in here and fix something, but yes. So make sure you are on there, you're doing your homework. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me because it was in homework week number 1. So you know how to reach me and Fred because it's in homework week number 1. So we want to make sure that you guys have every single thing you need to succeed in this business, okay? Week 7 is going to be phenomenal. Sunday, make sure you are on the company call so that you can play bingo and get that information. The lesson for Sunday is going to be about automating your travel business, okay? I'm going to teach you how to collect clients and automate your business so that you can qualify your clients in just one step and have every single thing you need while you look like the most professional travel agent on earth, okay? I'm going to show you how to do that. So that's going to be Sunday at 6:30. Hop in your homework, find out where it is. But yes, sacrifice is key when you're cooking up success, okay? With that being said, you guys, this Zoominar is officially over. I am going to, somebody says, Tony, can you share some of your energy? I will put it in the can and give it to you, I promise, okay? So, you guys, I'll see you on Sunday. I'll see you on Sunday for Evo Bingo, as well as the automating your business lesson. And I'll see you next Tuesday so we can pick our winners. And our next Tuesday lesson will be given to you by the founder himself. So make sure you are here to claim your prize, you guys, and register for every single week. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, because 6 of you people will be very happy with your prizes next week. It pays to play 1,000%, right? This is a lotto. It pays to play. You have spent your $30 ticket, and now you have an opportunity to win. So with that being said, you guys, I love you all. On behalf of Frederick Howell and myself, we will see you all at the beach and at the bank. This Zoominar is officially over. See you guys on Sunday. Bye, everybody.